Welcome to day 2 of me and Tony go to Ireland.
Good morning. Right, this is day 2 and waiting for Tony to get up. He'll be available at some point in the near future, I hope, and then we're going to go and find breakfast. Today, sunshine, not so much. No, it's more kind of cloud. That's what we've got going on, but it'll be right, I'm sure. Slept nice next to a couple with a baby who woke up at 6ish, and it's been chiming and singing all morning. Nice little German couple. I messaged Tony to see if he wants to help me hide the bodies. Anyway, we're going to go and get some breakfast in a bit, and then we shall be going on the road to the Wild Atlantic Way. And today we hope to find the Father Ted house. Let's see how we get on. See you in a bit. We will see. So, not yet our breakfast, but this is what I like to do in the morning. I like to watch Tony pack his bike. Sleep better?
Yeah, right on.
That's pretty smart, yeah. Apart from the early morning baby. That couple next door's got a young child. She were up at like 6, singing and banging the cupboards. That's why I said, do you want to help me bury some bodies? Yeah, that's probably my snoring, so swings and roundabouts.
I don't know what that was about this morning.
Oh, it's just like quite loud. So yeah, so we're going to get this sorted out and then we'll go. There's a coffee shop just down the road, Tom. And it's got best breakfast in Loughrea according to Google, so we'll go and see how true that is. I think I've got an idea for the route to get us going. We'll see how it goes. It's like an art form, this. You've got to get it all in, see. Make sure it's like tidily crunched in. Honestly, Tom, these pannies are massive, aren't they? No?
Fantastic. Bottom down, pop off. I'm like, pennies? No, I did it all. Where's it packing? I thought to myself, this is too easy. This. Must be tested in my way.
No, I had that length. Why didn't I put it in last week?
It's the one.
So to explain it, in case you haven't spotted, so this trip I've chosen to go with a Super Meteor. I did get the pannier rails in time, literally the day before we left for the Humour Lane. There were two minds about it, because I've only got these small panniers, but they've done alright, to be honest. I'm going to say, I thought I might have trouble with it, but I've got most of the stuff in. Only thing is, they came with these extension straps, and I thought I ordered 2 and I only ordered 1, so I can get more in right hand side. Look how big that is compared to that one, which doesn't have the extension straps on. So I didn't get it all in. And then Tony, we've not seen this yet, because we've not filmed the V-Strom. This is Tony's new bike. He swapped the Himalayan for the V-Strom 650. And you're getting used to it, aren't you?
Yeah, no, I was brilliant yesterday. Fantastic. Really good.
That last bit of road on M Road, like absolutely spot on. It like, you know, because we spent all day on bikes, and at that point you've kind of got into sync with it, ain't you, going around corners and stuff. Well, we just kind of flowed through that last bit. By the time we got here, we were grinning from here to here. You were buzzing, weren't you? And then we had to go and get something to eat because we were starving. But I recommend this place. This is in Loughrea. For security reasons, we've parked next to the police station. It's quite how I tell you. Lakeside guest accommodation. We've got 2 rooms, both double beds. Absolutely spot on. And it's in this little garden behind the house. The lady who lives here, Ursula, she helped us out yesterday, tells us where to go for tea. And if we come around this corner, like you say, you've got backs onto. Oh, here we go. This is the guest house, guest flats. It's like a little motel, I guess. And you go down the path, and right at the bottom is the lock. I'm assuming this is Loughrea. And it's nice. We did have to think about taking these boats, but I think they belong to the Anglers Club. It's pretty cool, isn't it? And then there's this little lady here, looking at the view. You can't go wrong. Anyway, let's go and get some breakfast, because I think that's the order of the day. Check with Google, there's a little coffee shop down the road. We'll see if it's any good. See you in a bit.
And indeed, breakfast was very good. We had a nice toasty and a lovely cup of coffee and some crisps randomly for breakfast, and that set us up for the day. And so it was it's our time to travel west. So we're heading west today towards Oranmore. I'll probably pronounce that wrong, but that's where we're going. We're kind of 2/3 way across Ireland at this point, but we're going to the west hand side because we're going to go down the wild Atlantic way, and that was a plan. Head from here south and go all the way around the bottom and back up the other side. But you know, today, bit of a grey start. It was nice, it was still warmish, it was just grey. And there's a bit of rain today, I have to warn you in advance. But it's a nice, we got set off again, and you know, the roads were relatively easy to navigate. Their little, the B line doing its job, pointing us roughly in the right direction. And you know, once you get going, you soon start to spot, and I think we'll see one in a minute, you start to see the signs for the Wild Atlantic Way. It's kind of like the NC 500, except it goes down the side of Ireland, not round the top of Scotland. I don't know who was first, I should probably do some research. But I've done the NC 500, I very much like that, so I thought if it's anywhere near as good as that, then I'll be happy. And to be fair, it was every bit as good and then some. I mean, today, please stick to the end. I mean, I know this is kind of boring roads at the moment, but it gets better and better and better. In fact, there you go, by that Atlantic Way sign. Because towards the bottom end of today's video, we get to Conor Pass as we head down into Dingle, and that is one of the best roads I think either of us ever been on. Absolutely stunning. But before that, the mission before that was to go and find the Father Ted house. I'd looked it up on Google, we got an idea where it were. We had to get to Oranmore and travel down the road a bit, and then basically start around the Wild Atlantic Way where you kind of follow around the coastline. And then a bit of a detour inland. But first, let's get to the Wild Atlantic Way, and we've come now off the main road, we've turned right. We're going around it, and you can start to see the roads get a little bit narrower. The speed limit's dropped a little bit, but that's the good thing, and the views just start getting better. Look at this castle hill on the right, just a lovely kind of spot. And everywhere you go, you see these like little towns, and each one's interesting. It's got loads of stuff to kind of go and see. There's like crafty shops, tea rooms, gotta love a tea room, and little bits and pieces to see. And of course, if you're a fan of Guinness and you're not riding motorbikes, then you're not short of a few bars to go and visit. And I imagine all of those have got amazing drink and amazing food, because let me tell you, it didn't matter where we went, the food and the drink were just sensational. So here we go, this is Loughrea Castle, so I'm assuming we're going through Loughrea here. And look, you can see harbours to the right, and you've got these lovely colourful houses, kind of a Tobermory type thing I guess. But look at them, it's nice and bright and stunning primary colours. And we just enjoyed riding. I mean, even though the pace isn't high, you kind of taking in the sights and the sounds, and because you're on a motorbike, the smells too. So you can go past a pub, you can smell the Guinness. If you go past a tea house, you can smell the tea and the coffee. There's nothing better than that, in my opinion. It's tempting when you've only had a small toasty for breakfast and now you can smell bacon sandwiches, you want to stop again. But there you go. So we're coming through Kinvara here. So this is where we were in civilization, shall we say, and we knew just outside Kinvara we're going to have to take a left, and you can see now we took this left down this road, and it starts getting a bit narrower, and the traffic sort of disappears, and we're now starting to go slightly off the beaten track. And this is the thing, if you're going looking for a Father Ted house, if you think it's on an island and it's close to the coast, you're in for a bit of a shock. It is on an island in Ireland, but it's a long way away from the sea, kind of tucked away inland. And we weren't quite prepared for how kind of tucked away it was. So you can see us now going like, oh, this seems alright, you know, the roads are kind of wide enough. But it starts getting a little bit more narrow. This is me saying to Tony, be careful, because I think it's rush hour. You don't want to get caught in the traffic. Across, and look, you see the road's getting tinier and tinier. And at this point it's about a car width, not much more than a car width, but we're still enjoying it. But look at the views. I mean, off to the side you've got like big mountains to the right hand side, you've got kind of stuff coming up, bits of forest and stuff. And again, this is summer, this is July, so it's a little bit wet. It just smells stunning, so you can smell the heather, you can smell where the rain's been on the ground, and of course you can smell the cows. And look at this, like again, it's just like a lovely little road. This like just vanishes off. I don't think we saw another car or anything all the way in on this bit, and good, because there's not an awful lot of space to kind of pull over and let people pass. I I think the only time we saw another car is actually when we got to the Father Ted house, and that was somebody else looking for the Father Ted house. So you've got to laugh. But yeah, I mean, I've cut this a little bit short, but it took about 30 minutes, 45 minutes to get here. Keep going, keep going. No, keep going. A bit further yet. That's it, that is it, yeah. Oh, this is somebody's drive, so. Private property. Let's pull up, just stop another picture from here. Well, that's Father Ted house for sure, isn't it? I know they left Dougal's digger outside up front. So yeah, I mean that's how you've seen it from the TV. When you see it from that angle, you recognise it much better. And of course, you've got to have an obligatory photo, haven't you? One of us each, and then of course, because that couple turned up from Bolton, equally looking for the set, they took one of both of us, and thank you very much for that. In fact, we ran into them half a dozen times through the rest of the day. So from this point we headed back because we wanted to get back to Wild Atlantic Way, and we basically returned the way we came, but we took a bit of a left because we thought, well, we don't want to go exactly the way we came. It was fun going down these little roads, but we thought we might be able to get kind of a view of the mountain to the left because we could see it, we're kind of climbing up. I mean, look at this. I love it when you see a road and it's got grass in the middle. You know how little used that road is. And this is us climbing up, so it was all of a sudden it just started going up into the sky, sort of like an alpine thing. And look at that, you can see he's climbing here and going easy left, difficult right, around a few hairpins. Because if you saw there was a point for a viewpoint, and we thought, well, we'll go up here and we'll stop and take a look at the view. And it turns out we weren't the only ones. There was a few people already here kind of pulled up to have a nosy. So where these cars come from, because we never saw anybody else driving, you know, a bit of a mystery. I guess they were going just as we were getting there. It is, it's a good flipping climb that way. It's like coming up bloody Alps. Holy moly, Tone. You see what's your Esco's like, can't you? So yeah, I mean, if we hadn't been to Father Ted house, we once have got to see this view. You know, like some standing stones behind it as well. It was just lovely, and look how far you can see. I mean, it's starting to, although it's cloudy, it's clear. So then it's a case now, let's get back to the Wild Atlantic Way, and we go off the tiny little road, and we found a couple of slightly bigger ones heading back to the coast, and just look, you managed to get a bit of pace, and look how gorgeous the road surface is. It's flawless. It's so nice again. We come across one or two bumpy roads, and going down there obviously we don't use that much. But once you go onto the kind of main roads, it's just custom built for bikes. And it's nice in a way that, you know, riding through the Peak District might be. The roads are kind of wide enough and you've got lovely views. And look, we're back heading towards the coast now, we're coming round, you can see just castles and little towns off to your side. There were one or two coaches, but they were mostly going the other way. I think what I'd heard is they tend to end up go round the rings of the coastline the opposite way to what we were going, and I think this was the only time we actually kind of got caught behind one, and even then it weren't too long because we were going around the Wild Atlantic Way, and as soon as it got to the nearest town, just pulled in. And here we go, look, and if you're next to the sea and it's a bit blowy, and needless to say it rained at this point, and look, yeah, they're actually fixing the road, that's why it's a little bit bumpy. These two fellas building the fence, or building the wall I should say. But it's nice. I think you take that chance if you ever decide to ride along the coastline. You know, at some point it's going to get a little bit wet, unless it's the most glorious of days. And to be fair, it was a bit grey in the morning, but as the day went on, it sort of brightened up. But look at the side here, you can see it's all like rocks and seaweed, and it just smells incredible. And this bit, again, I love to ride along the coast. I love to have that kind of sea view to one side and lovely narrow little roads. This definitely made me happy. When I get a chance, I like to go to the Isle of Man and go across the coastline there on the kind of western side, because I find it's a little bit like this, but just stunning. And we didn't see much out at sea. I don't know if there's whales and dolphins and all that kind of stuff. We were too busy looking where we were going. You've got to kind of laugh. But we kind of pedal along this road, and we enjoyed it, because again, look, even if you got stuck behind, and this was a bunch of German tourists, they were quite accommodating. He's kind of pulled out. Tony got round at this point, and he must have seen I was in amazing, and he'd let me go, and Tony had told me it's safe, so again, it was open up quite nicely, the Meteor. Give me a little wave, so thank you. Here we're heading down to Doolin. We didn't know this, but there's all kinds of interesting, I would say, not geography on the coast. My daughter's a geologist, she should be horrified. So there's interesting kind of rock stuff, and also just inland, there's a Wild Atlantic Way sign on the side. Also inland there's Doolin Cave. Now I didn't know what Doolin Cave were famous for, but it's one of the world's largest stalactites. So tights come down and mites go up, as I seem to remember saying. So of course, well, you can only ride the bike so much, you've got to stop and have a look at stuff, haven't you? So we decided to call in at Doolin Cave and take a look at the world's biggest stalactite. Nice bit of riding before we got there though still. Look at this, look at these lovely rocks off to your right. There were all kinds of people stood out there, so I don't know what they were looking at. But it certainly looked sensational from a viewpoint of view. Oh yeah, if only I knew a geologist I could ask questions about what kind of rocks these were. I'll have to torment Jasmine, she'll tell me that. Good cycling on the edge there. I'm not sure I'd be cycling that close to the edge. It was a fair drop down into the sea. Well, the ocean I should say, because of course that is the Atlantic. Oh, but it's beautiful, isn't it? Look at it. So of course, before we went to the cave, you have to stop for an obligatory cup of tea, because it's me and Tony, and we stop for tea about 16 times a day. Way back. I think they dug it out like another foot deeper. They could have like done with digging it another foot deeper. Looks like an alien shrub, isn't it? Remember Tom, stalactites. Types come down, mites go up. Like I can't even see you start talking. You can see that because it's lit up. Impressive. Well, that was worth a bit of crawling, wasn't it? So to explain, the picture doesn't do the scale sense, but it's like 3.5. No, it's probably bigger than that. It's got to be about 12 metres long, that thing. It's ginormous. And I should explain that 6'4", that was a tight place to be crammed down into. not ideal at all. But, you know, we managed. We bent down. I mean, you can see there Tony's having to bend down because he's about the same height as me. And lovely, isn't it? So, you know, from there we got back on the road. You know, we're sort of like in the afternoon this time now. I mean, by the time we're done there, had a bit of something to eat. It's going on for about 3 o'clock. And I don't think we realised just how much we're bitten off to get down to Dingle, because I looked at it on Google Maps and it's about, well, it's on the title of the video, it's about 5.5 hours straight driving. And that includes the ferry. There's a ferry in one bit which takes about kind of 20 minutes. So we decided to get a bit of pace on and try and get down there to get to the ferry. Without realising it was like another 100 kilometres to get down there. And again, you kind of poodle on the coast and you keep going through like little towns. Look at this place here, look at it, little hotels and bookshops, places to go like a woolen mill. honestly, I could have stopped at every single one of these places and spent a good 20 minutes wandering around. But luckily for me, I had those tight little panniers. There were no way I could buy any significant shopping, especially after buying that Tullamore Dew whiskey, which took up most of my right pannier. It was a choice of buying more stuff or basically throwing my clothes away, and I kind of needed the clothes. But look at it, I mean, once you get going again, we didn't really get that much traffic. Occasionally we got caught behind a car for a little bit, but you tended to get to a nice bit of straight stuff before too long, where you could just basically get round it without too much trouble. And if you look off in the distance, there's a little bit of rain on the windscreen here. You can see it's starting to actually brighten up, which was good because it was, to be fair, this bit, because of a bit of a breeze, it was a little bit nippy, and I was actually looking forward to a bit of sunshine. So even in July, make sure you get wrapped up, and we've gone. I put the wax trousers on. These are just good, you don't think to stop this way, so you're going to have to wait. I reckon there's a parade coming through. Oh, we're waiting for summer. Just watch this going to about to cut off in front of me. What a fucking junction! Yeah, no, I'm watching him. Jesus, I don't know what that was all about. Yeah, we never did find out what was going off there. There were like some kind of event going off, and yeah, of course, people just drive across in front of you because you're a motorbike and you're kind of used to that. We they stopped to find out because there were people just playing music and doing things at the side of the road. We were assuming there was some kind of parade coming because they were all queuing up. Maybe it was the last day of school or who knows. But we couldn't stop because we had to get to the ferry, because if we missed the ferry, it's like it runs fairly consistently. And I think there's one goes in each direction, takes about 20 minutes to cross. But at this point, you know, it's getting a bit late in the day and we're like, we'd actually like to get there and park up, because as much as we enjoy riding motorbikes, occasionally you need to stop and eat and take your feet up a little bit. And classic this one here, look, people going round, and then of course the tractor's going the way we're going. Oh no, I don't want to be stuck behind the tractor. But as we went round the corner, you could see it was nice and clear. Yep, see you later. And that's the kind of thing you could do if you're lucky. And this is, again, we didn't get stuck behind much. It was fairly tidy. And it's a solid white line in the middle, so I'm assuming that's no overtaking. I'm not entirely sure on the rules of the road, but we stuck to the speed limits. And again, let's get to the ferry turn. I'm fed up of it raining. We could have a cup of tea or something when we got there. And indeed, there's a nice cafe by the ferry, so if you do find yourself hanging and need a bit of a brew or a chocolate bar, some sweeties, when you get to the ferry, the good news is there's somewhere there to do that, as long as you get there in normal hours, I'm guessing. But look, starting to brighten up, like I say. So it's not sunny yet, but it certainly stopped raining. We're very happy about that. And again, look at these roads. Lovely, twisty, great condition. A nice countryside to look at as you're going. Views off to the coast as well, because of course you're on the Wild Atlantic Way. And we actually did skip a bit of the Wild Atlantic Way going down here, because we got to the point where it's like we really do want to get to the ferry. But now look, it's almost looking like summer, isn't it? Which, you know, in July it should do. I can tell you now, in February, I'm looking out at wind and it's paddling it down here in Sheffield, and it's windy and it's wet. I look at this and I think, well, I'd like to fast forward to July, please. It'd be quite nice. I'd like to take my bike out. But yeah, got a bit of pace on down here. And it's nice when I get to lead occasionally, because I don't always get to lead. You know what I mean? Until I tend to take it in turns. And we thought the ferry was at this town because we got here and we thought, right, that's it, we've got to the ferry, not a problem. Not far now, because it's like a Kilrush ferry, and it turns out that the ferry is another 20 kilometres down the road, because we're like, oh, we'll stop for a brew, and I'm like, oh no, turn, I've seen signs, look, ferry's this way. Oh, hang on a minute, no, we're definitely leaving the town, maybe it's just down the side, and like I say, another 20 kilometres. What can you do? Make sure you keep your eyes open for the signs, you don't miss it, because it's pointed back there, you have to turn right, but there's no clear signage here to tell you. Part of a poster.
Me and Tone are on the ferry, aren't we? How would you describe it, the last 5 miles? Painful.
That's it, hurts. Anything before that, yeah, one of the best ride back roads I've ever been on, so this will be amazing.
In the interest of safety, we would be obliged if you would listen carefully to the following announcement.
That's it, so we're off.
Drive slowly during embarkation and disembarkation.
Oh, we're going. Right, so we're on the Shannon ferry, crossing over to Tarbert to head down to Dingle. Oh, bloody hell. Shannon breeze out to Limerick, which is over there somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's over there, look.
Alright.
Because you're right to have gone all the way around there, all the way around there, all the way around there to come back across here, which would take some time to say the least.
So I do love when you get to take a ferry as part of a journey. It's like a little treat, isn't it? I also love how Tony kept his helmet on because it was cold when he got upstairs. Yeah, but it was pretty breezy out there, let me tell you. And then once we got in, this was sort of the moment where it started to brighten up and warm up properly. I mean, you can see now there's a bit of rain which we endured on the ferries we halfway across the Shannon breeze. Because of course you're at it, so you're going to get stuff splashing. There's nothing you can do about it. So you're crossing effectively a fjord, I guess. But as soon as we got down here and we got round the corners, it started to turn up. And Tarbert was a fascinating thing. There's so many places with ferry called Tarbert. I'm assuming it's some kind of Gaelic word for, you know, dock or ferry or whatever it turns out to be. I know if you go from Scotland across to Ireland, you go from just down from Tarbert to get the Craig ferry. And look, it's blue skies. Don't sail. It's come out. I mean, it's funny because you kind of come so we're kind of going out on the peninsula now, so we're kind of at the top end of that. Kind of cut across and around and the roads again. There's a little bit of traffic, but nothing significant. And it's just kind of lovely, and there's just that lovely kind of coastline scenery. You know, as we're coming down here, there's this big water channel runs down to your left. You can see there's a windmill, there's a little bridge we're going to go across in a minute. And look at the mountains off in the distance with those clouds kind of sitting ominously above them. You know, we're going to go down there, head up the pass and get just in the fog, because I always look at clouds and you think they'll be soft and like cotton wool, but actually they're just horrible wet fog, basically. That's when you go flying, when you get up and above the clouds, because it's always sunshine. Obviously we're back in bike country. There's a couple of bikes going away. For those who know, you wave in Ireland, don't nod. So that seems to be the same as Scotland, where you wave and don't nod. Well, I think sometime by the time you get down to Yorkshire, people nod, don't wave, and then once you get down south, I don't know what happens there. But look, we kind of pulled over for a wee stop, and then we're back on these little country lanes heading down towards the edge of the road around the coastline. I hope you can see those mountains, and I'm going like, we're going to be going over them at some point. That's what's going to happen. But we were nowhere close. We were starting to run towards the end of the peninsula first. And what a run that was. And again, lots of little villages with inviting looking pubs and hostels and hotels. You can't really go wrong, like I say, if you want to go like a gourmet tour for food and thing. Go anytime you like. Honestly, you can't go wrong. And again, just lovely coastline. You can see that kind of bay across to your right and the mountains off to your left. This road was sensational all the way down. I just absolutely love this. and it's quiet and there's no traffic. We've got a bit of pace up. Can't go on. And the closer we got to the Conor Pass, you can kind of see it kind of coming up. The better this road got, you know, the hedgerows and stuff started to fall away, and the road started to open up and get twisty and turny. What more could you want? Just a lovely ride along the coast. One car every kind of 5 minutes. And now you must be getting near to close to hills. As soon as you start getting close to hills, you start seeing cyclists. I don't know what it is about hills that cyclists can't avoid. They seem to love them, and it's always interesting as you start going up the hill. When you start seeing the cyclists, you go and make sure there's space to get around them. But this, I just like this footage well, because for me this is what motorcycling is all about. I mean, the open road, some stunning scenery. There's mountains off to your left, there's the ocean off to the right, and you know, you can't see my face here, but let me tell you, I was grinning, and I know for a fact Tony was grinning too. We were having back and forth over the intercoms just about how much fun we're having coming up this hill and enjoying the road. And we're not caning it because we don't want to rush it. We want to enjoy it. We want to enjoy that sense. You know, you want to see the roads. You want to feel the bike curving around. And again, I'd thought about bringing the Hillman 450 when I went, because I'm like, oh, what if the road's going to be bad and there's going to be like mountain passes and all kinds of stuff. But I'm actually really glad I took the Super Meteor, because it performed flawlessly for this, and it's such a comfortable bike to ride these kind of distances, and it's perfectly tuned for the kind of speed you've got in Ireland. You know, if you want to go up and down the motorway, you're opening it up a bit, but for this kind of stuff, just riding along the coastlines, looking off to the side, it's just, we were born for it, we were made for it. And I'm comfortable, and I'm enjoying the view, and the engine's not straining, and it's not howling, and the sound of the bike is just great. And it just got better and better. Look, we're climbing up here, so we're coming close to the actual Conor Pass here. We kind of realised it, and we saw a chance here for a photo opportunity to pull in and just catch his breath before we do this next bit, because you can see, look, it's off to the right, like a very narrow bit running around the ridge, and we thought, right, stop, get some rest. The shots here, look, just kind of wet the happy side. Look at the rays coming through those clouds. And that road is narrow. It really is. One man on a bike, very happy. So here we go. I mean, this is the actual Conor Pass now, so I mean, it's literally a car width, and it's basically hewed out the side of the mountain. I mean, look at it. I mean, if you go through that wall, you've got plenty of time for one good long last screen. So please don't do that. And we just felt lucky because there were nobody coming over way. I mean, you could probably pull over just about to let people pass, but there's no awful passing space. And because we'd seen nothing go up, and we could see quite far up the road from the bottom, we knew there weren't anything coming down, so we're just out and enjoying it. And it's that lovely, beautiful breeze. Look at the rocks. And look, cyclist! There's always a cyclist! They're obsessed, they can't help themselves. They've got to ride horse stuff like. I mean, I won't want to cycle up this. I live in Sheffield, there's plenty of hills here. I won't want to cycle around here either. Stick to a bike with an engine. But yeah, I mean, I can just about hear myself say in the background that this was worth coming to Ireland for. And at this point, we knew we'd made the right choice. And this was the highlight of the day, without a doubt. But stick with it, though. Stick with it. Because next couple of days, we thought this was going to be the highlight. And it's one of many highlights, let me tell you. And I'm laughing actually because I can hear myself talking to Tony. And Tony's going like, maybe it's a 9 out of 10. And me, a 9? Surely it's a 10. What's wrong with you? He's a really harsh score, this Tony. He can't help himself. But look at this, you know, you've got a little waypoint here. And then what we weren't quite ready for is you kind of come up, a couple of cars here to pulling over, and then all of a sudden, look at that view. I mean, look at that. Just look at it. And wow, you know, it's stunning kind of coming up, but look at this road coming down, and Well, watch out for the sheep. There's a few sheep about, let me tell you. It's a good job Tony's not on his old Himalayan. They're terrified them. They've been running all over the place. But you can see right down the other side, and you can see down into where Dingle is. And again, this is what motorcycling is about. Why wouldn't you want to come and do this? What an amazing day, honestly. I'm still kind of struck for words as I'm looking at it now. And just the moments of it, because, you know, we've had a bit of rain, a bit of cold, we're up ferry, we're a bit chilly then. And as we've gone on, days got nice then, sun's come out and views have just got better. And this, yeah, just to come over here and enjoy it. And I'm looking at this now, and again, it's February here, and it's cold and it's wet and it's dark. And I'm just going, I can't wait for summer. I can't wait till we get to go and do some of this again. Just get on the bike and go for a tour. I mean, even if it's just a Peak District locally, or I know me and Tony planning to Isle of Man this year. Oh man, I just can't wait.
So I just want to kind of get your thoughts on that last bit.
Art of this world.
Did you enjoy that?
Heaven.
I mean, it's blown me away. That were worth going to Ireland for. The Conor Pass. Whoa, what a just. You'll see the footage. It's incredible.
It's an out of 10.
And look at his reaction. It's the first time I've ever seen him give a road a 10 out of 10. He was grumbling. He was saying about a 9. I'm like going, on what scale are we operating there?
And then all of a sudden I went down second bit, and it just thought
That view.
So, lovely hotel, an Alpine hotel, like Alpine style rooms. Plenty of parking outside. Don't have to worry about the bikes being disturbed. Good rooms, lovely and comfortable. And of course, walk down into town for the obligatory Irish stew, fish and chips, and Guinness. Right, so we're going to stop there. Next time, stay with us, because we're going to do the Ring of Kerry, which is fabulous.